Hi everyone, this is Jessica from Optical Amoeba Jewelry. Welcome to my very first tutorial. I have a lot of people I would like to thank. I know I'm going to forget people, but I'd like to thank my sister Gabby for helping me with the setup. She's also the other half of Optical Amoeba Jewelry. Yeah. I'd also like to thank Frank, Stara, Patricia, and Joy, who have encouraged me to go ahead and do my first tutorial. And I would like to thank everyone who has, when I posted this on Facebook saying I feel like doing a tutorial, I went ahead and posted a picture of it and everyone said, yes, do this one. I know that there are people I'm leaving out. I apologize, but thank you all. So this is what I call my Lacy Kite earring. That's because I use these. They're kite beads. I'll show you some more examples of kite beads and earrings at the end of this tutorial. The materials you will need are, of course, kite beads. 15-0 seed beads. They are the smallest seed bead that I know exists. You will need size 12 beading needles. You will need a stringing of your choice. I use Fireline. This is Fireline 6-pound smoke. You will also need 2mm by 3mm crystals. I'm using orange today. And I believe that's it. Oh, no, I'm wrong. Sorry. You're going to need some wire guards, which is what I use. You could also do a beading arch, which I'm not going to show. That's up to you if that's something you would like to do. And since we're making earrings, here's an earring hook that I will be using. Okay, let's go ahead and begin. So I've already strung my needle with my string. I just do about an arm and a half length because I'm not entirely sure how much is used, but you need to have enough to go around several times in order to do this. So what we start out with, I don't use a beading mat because I'm not used to using one. So I use these little plastic cups to hold my beads in. So I'm just pouring out some kite beads. You need 8 kite beads to start out with. I believe I have 8, exactly 8 in there. If you're offended by my bright colors, too bad. These are what I'm using for the tutorial so you're able to see. I have a thing for neon beads. They're not everyone's cup of tea, but they're easy to see for this. So what you want to do is you want to put all 8 kite beads on your needle at one time. So that's 3, 4, no, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, my sister's watching with me. Say hi, Gabby.
Hi.
She's helping me with this. 8. Now you want to string them like this with the with the small pointed edge going up. I'm going to use the bigger pointed edge later on. Now this is tricky to show, but you want to leave a tail. I usually leave maybe a 5 or 6 inch tail. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go back through all the beads again. Make sure I have 8. You can go ahead and recount them if you like. I do that. So you want to go back around, hold the tail so it doesn't slip, and then pull. And it should form something that looks like this. And then what I do, some people prefer to tie a knot at this point. I actually don't prefer to tie a knot. So then I like to go through 2 more beads and again, pull. And you should end up with something that looks like this. Okay. So now's the time for the 2mm by 3mm crystals. They are rondelles. I will go ahead and put a list of the materials in the down below. What's it called, Gabby? Description. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous. This is my first tutorial.
You're doing great, Jessica.
So then you take 1 crystal, just 1, put it on your needle, slide it all the way down, and then position it in the center, like that. It's not really staying in the center right now. There. Then what you want to do is you want to go straight across, because you see I'm going straight across. So you should have 4 beads on each side. You see what I'm doing? Now you need to remember, this is the important part. You need to remember which way you're going. The tail is on this side, so I'm going to do the tail side first.
Bring it this way a little bit. Okay.
It does not matter which side you do first. And then you want to go through the 4 kite beads on one side. And yes, sometimes your tail will get stuck and go all over the place. So that's 1. Hard to see my hole for some reason. 2. Oops. I did not get my tail that time, which is good.
I'm just focusing.
Okay. 3. And 4.
Okay.
So as you can see, I went through the 4 beads on that side with my tail. So now you go through the bead again. You want to make sure your string is tight. So now I'm back straight across. You can see that. Now you want to go around again with the other side. So that's 1, 2. My needle wants to go into the hole. Sometimes it doesn't like to do that. 2, 3, and 4. Oops. Go in. And pull it tight. Now, as you can see, there's a little space between the 4. So then I go through 1 more, just the second time. And I went through 1 more. That's 5. So now this part's not very tricky.
Closer to me.
Blah, blah.
I know.
So after that, you want to go up through the bead that you just went through. So you should have that. You can see where my string is coming out of. Now it's time for the 15-0 seed beads. Now, it is very, very important that you use a size 12 beading needle or the 15-0s. Whoops, that's not the color I wanted. I wanted to start off with the blue. I'm using 2 different colors. You can just use 1 color. It's up to you. Okay. So what you want to do, you see that there, is you want to put 1 15-0 on, 1 rondelle, the 2 by 3mm rondelles, and 1 15-0.
Closer to me. Okay.
Like that.
There.
And then you go through, you can see, the next kite bead through the top and pull. and it will look like that. Let's do it again. 15-0, the rondelle, and another 15-0. Like that. And then you go through the next hole at the top. Like this.
Yep.
And you pull. You want to make sure your string is tight. So it looks like this now. This is the part where if you feel like fast forwarding, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to go ahead and keep going all the way around. This project is suitable for beginners. It's really not that complicated. It's probably better if you have some beading experience. So if you do have some beading experience, go ahead and fast forward through this part, going all the way around. But I will continue for people who are just starting out for beading. So again, 15-0, rondelle, 15-0. Again. Go through the next kite bead at the top and pull. 15-0, rondelle, 15-0, and go through the top. It does get a bit repetitive. 15-0. Whoop, not coming out. Rondelle. 15-0. Make sure your tail's not in the way. And go through. So we have done 5 so far. We need to go all the way around. 15-0, rondelle, 15-0. Just remind everyone, looks like that. Go through the top. $15.00 rondelle. 15-0. Go through the top once again.
Yeah. Good.
And one last time. 15-0. Whoops. Rondelle. My C bead's rolling away. Okay, got it. 15-0. Last time, go through the kite bead at the top. Whoops. So now you should have something that looks like this. As you can see, I went all the way around. Now, where your string is coming out of, you want to go through the next, make sure I'm in the shot, 15-0, rondelle, and, whoops, 15-0. Just like that. So you should have your string coming out of a 15-0, like that. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. You want to pick up 5 15-0s on your needle, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then going in the same direction, you want to skip over the kite bead and you want to go through the next 15-0. So you should have something that looks like this. Now what I like to do, stick my needle up, make sure that there is indeed a point. Sometimes it doesn't like to do it, but it doesn't matter because we'll be going through it. So you should have that now. 5 more 15-0s. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another 5. You want to skip over the orange rondelle and go through the next 15-0. So it looks like this. Should have 2 of the little peaks right now. Whoops. Like that. Now, you put another 5 on your needle. 4, 5. Skip over the kite bead. Go through the next 15-0. So again, you have another peak and you have a point like that. Another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see 5 more beads. Skip over the rondelle. Go through the next 15-0. So you should have something like this. We have 4 peaks right now. Again, if you are an experienced beader and you want to fast forward through this part of the video, you're more than welcome to. But we are going to do this all the way around. So again, 5 15-0s. If they want to cooperate. Skip over the kite bead. Go through the next 15-0. Like that. Another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip over the rondelle. Go through the next 15-0. Like that. And I will show you how I put my beads on my needle. Whoops. I gently put them on my finger like this. And then without stabbing myself, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. I don't know why I do it that way. That's just what I'm used to. Okay. Skip over the kite bead. Go through the next 15-0. And pull. And make sure your string is very tight. Another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip over the rondelle. Go through the next 15-0. Whoops. Like that. And pull. How many peaks do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are halfway there. Another 5. Ooh, that one's defective. 1, 2, 3. They're all falling off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. 5. Go skip over the kite bead. Go through the next 15-0. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more. Skip over the rondelle. Go through the next 15-0. Another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip over the kite bead. Go through the next 15-0. Whoops. Okay. And pull. Make sure your tail does not get in the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip over the rondelle. Go through the next 15-0. You can see it's coming along nicely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just got one caught there in my finger. Go over the kite bead and through the next 15. Oh, now sometimes this happens to me where it'll go through the rondelle. It's easy to fix. Just go back out through the rondelle. And there you go. Another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip over the rondelle. Go through the next 15-0. Like that. We have 2 more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip over the kite bead. Go through the 15-0. Like this. Oops. Needle fell out of my hands. Butterfingers. Go through the next 15-0. Pull. Oops, my tail got caught. Lots of oopsies right now. Whoops. Excuse me, allergies. Like that. So we have one more arch to do. This is where it gets a little tricky. 5 more beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is where it gets tricky. I usually turn mine over. And then you have to find the first. You have to put your needle through the first 15-0. You can't go through that one. You have to go through the one that's right next to the rondelle to make a match. See how many beads you can go through. I went through 3. And pull. Ta-da! Now, what you want to do is count up 4 beads. 1, 2, 3. Go through the 4th one, which is at the top of the peak. Just like that. I want to make sure you can see that. Now, what I like to do is I prefer to do a brighter color instead of doing the same color 15-0. You're more than welcome to do the same color 15-0 if you prefer. I like to flip it. I like to go this way if you haven't noticed. So I've chosen neon yellow. Hopefully it's easy to see. Whoops. Move the camera by accident. Now for this, you basically do the same thing that you did around the kite beads with the rondelles. You do 1 15-0, color of your choice, a rondelle, and a 15-0, like that. And you want to make sure that you go through the peak of the next one. So I always count up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go through the 4th one and pull. So you should have something that looks like this. 1 15-0, 1 rondelle, 1 15-0. Should look like that. Count up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And go through the 4th if my needle feels like cooperating. And pull. 15-0. A rondelle. And a 15-0. Like that. Count up 4. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes you have to be very careful. This one is in. It's not the little peak. Okay. Then you pull. Again, if you have beading experience, feel free to go ahead and fast forward the video. We're going to go all the way around. 15-0. Rondelle. 15-0. Go through the 4th bead at the top. Now, I want to go, while I go ahead and go around this bead, I want to give you a little warning. It's very important that you use 2mm by 3mm rondelles. I tried it with 3mm by 4mm rondelles, and it did not work. The middle was just popping out. The kite beads weren't tightly together. So it's very important that you use 2mm by 3mm rondelles. There's this store on Amazon that I go ahead and buy them at. I will put a link to them in the description. They have some nice colors. In fact, these orange rondelles, whoops, I got them there. Now pull. 15-0 rondelle, 2 by 3mm rondelles, 15-0. Now this one is actually a nice little point right there. Go through the top and pull. 15-0 rondelle, 15-0. Go through the peak and pull. So by now, you should have something that looks like this. It's very pretty. Okay, and we keep going all the way around. 15-0 rondelle, 15-0. Go through the peak. $15.00 rondelle, 15.00, and go through the peak. I know this is a little repetitive. I know that I could just pause and skip over it, but I don't know if I have any beginning seed beaters who are watching this. This is actually a pretty easy project. So if you're a beginner, welcome. If you've had some beading experience, welcome to you too. But like I said, feel free to skip through it. Pull. We have a little ways to go. 15-0 rondelle, 15-0. Again, looks like that. Go through the fourth one at the top and pull. Now, it's okay if it looks a little wonky. These actually don't really lay completely flat. I almost said fat. Flat. That's why I call them lace. This one may actually not be so bad. 15-0 rondelle, 15-0, like that. Go through the top one. Make sure it's the top one. That is the top one. See? It's coming out very nice. 15-0 rondelle, 15-0. I'm gonna stab myself there. As you can see, I've been doing a lot of beading. When I pull, it actually digs into my skin right now. So I have a band-aid there. Again, this one is not quite peak. It's kind of buried in there with the beads. Count up 4. Pull. Almost there, everyone. 15-0 rondelle, 15-0. Find the fourth one. Go through it. Now this is the last one. Again, it's a little tricky. You want a 15-0, a rondelle, and a 15-0. Now this part may be a little hard to see. What you want to avoid is going straight to the yellow bead here. Do not do that because it won't come out right. You want to go through the fourth one, the peak, like that. Pull it. So I just went through a blue one. Then you go through the yellow and the rondelle. Ta-da! Now, this is where we attach the wire guard. I will take one out and show you what it is in a minute. This is important because the wire guard does not fit really well over rondelle. So after you go through the rondelle, you want to go through the yellow and the blue. Sometimes you can do it at one time, sometimes you can't. Went through the blue and the next yellow. So you want to make sure you're coming out of one of the beads that you just put on. In my case, it's a yellow. Now we'll show you what a wire guard looks like. I forgot to introduce me to these. I think it was Susan Bailey of Turtle Soup Beads. Apparently when you use a wire guard, I'm having issues getting one out of the bag. When you use a wire guard, which looks like this, it actually makes the beading last longer. So sometimes people like to do a little arch with the beads. I will quickly show you what that looks like. So for this case, you probably want to use 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. 5. And you go through all these beads and you don't need to go through all of them. Just go through the yellow one like that. End up with an arch like that. And that's what you would attach the earring hook to. Now, I don't like doing that, so I'm going to show you how I personally attach wire guards. Let me get these beads off of here. Whoops, they're not cooperating. There we go. So, this is a wire guard. They have little holes, which are going to be hard to see. Whoops. Like that. Focus. Okay. You want to put your needle through one of those holes and pull all the way down. So it looks